So as some of you may know, I recently, as in like late last year, went into search mode. I started searching for a lot of movies that were never put on DVD, only ever available on VHS, and I started hitting up all my local Goodwills and whatnot looking for these kind of titles. And I found stuff like Space Cateers here, and I found Movie in Your Face. There are a lot of weird, random, crazy, eclectic movies that, like this, just never been put on DVD in any format or any form, period. And some of them are movies that I really loved, which is why I actually went to the trouble of like paying $5 to $10 per title just to get them off of eBay for something like this, which I still need to actually put on. I need to digitize this so that I can share it with some of my friends. Well, it's not available any other fucking way, so don't judge me. But yeah, I need to digitize this so I can save it forever. Very nice one to watch around the holidays too, so if you have not ever seen this movie, I highly recommend doing so. But it's been months. It has been literally months since I actually went searching for VHS movies that had never been put on any other format. I've kept my eye out while thrift shopping and whatnot, but I really haven't seen anything on shelves that even remotely looked like something that wasn't available on DVD. Just has not been good shopping around here at my new stomping grounds since I moved. So I was kind of bummed out thinking, God, I might have to just stop doing this altogether because I'm not finding anything. Well, that all changed. Got a pretty hefty bag here of some VHS movies and stuff that is on VHS that was never put on any other format. So at Goodwill, I mentioned in one of my previous videos, they had half off of everything. They had half off of their all their media stuff, including the VHS. Their VHS were 99 cents each, which for some people is going to be too fucking expensive, but I don't fucking care. I would have paid the 99 cents just because it's a fucking VHS, and it's a title that's not available on any other format. So if it's a title that's not available on any other format, then $1 is not too much to pay, you know what I mean? So anyways, I went ahead and picked up 4 titles from Goodwill for 50 cents each, starting with this creepy as hell Ronald McGoddamn-Donald, The Visitors from Outer Space. This is the Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald, and this is one of those weird animated McDonald's TV shows that they did back in the day. And actually, if the artwork at all looks familiar here, there's a reason for that, which I can show you right there. Klasky Chapeau. They were the same guys who did Rugrats and a lot of other Nicktoon stuff. So yeah, if it looks familiar, there's a reason. It's because it's done by the same guys who did the Nicktoon stuff. And this is not, to my knowledge, available on any other format. So yeah, this is just number 3 out of, I think there are, I don't know how many there are. I think there are 4, but this is just the 3rd one. And yeah, not available on any other format. Not necessarily rare, but if I can digitize something that isn't available otherwise, like, why the hell not? And just make sure that I save it. You know, especially something that was done by Klasky Chapeau, some of the masters of animators, you know, of animation in the 90s. So was kind of stoked to see that in the store the other day. But I was also stoked to see another animated feature there because it looked pretty damn interesting. This was a Just for Kids release, a fully animated feature film called Samson and Sally. And actually, it was... I've been watching another YouTuber around here called Cinema Sickness. If you have not checked out Cinema Sickness, you need to. That guy is so much fun to watch. I almost never agree with him when it comes to his opinion on movies, but he is just a wealth of knowledge about movies, and he's a big movie buff just like you and me. So highly recommend checking out his videos. He does videos every single goddamn day. So yeah, definitely check those out. And he actually kind of introduced me to the Just for Kids in some ways. the Just for Kids title. He said he always tries to pick up these titles when he's out and about because sometimes they can be rare out of print stuff. Sometimes they can be stuff that are, it's just like anime or whatever that got printed in this format instead in the United States because they didn't know how to sell it here. From what I can tell, from what I've seen from the animation online, from some clips online, it is not anime, but it is some interesting looking animations. And just from that clip that I saw online, the clip alone kind of made me laugh a little bit. So I was like, you know what? If that clip alone is just one part of this whole movie, and if the rest of the movie is even slightly as good as that, then I'm sure I'll have some fun with this at the very least. And it was 50 cents. And actually, I looked this up on IMDb, and it actually has a really good rating, if I remember correctly, like 7 point something. So, yeah, I mean, for something that's, to my knowledge, from what I've seen, not available on any other format, pretty damn cool. Samson and Sally, Song of the Whales. And it has a little synopsis here on the back. I like this, the way they did this whole widescreen thing here. Synopsis says, Samson and Sally is a warm, funny, and gripping story of two young whales and their journeys through the beautiful but sometimes dangerous world of the ocean. Samson is a white whale and very interested in the legend of Moby Dick. Sally is a sweet, clear-minded girl whale who is accepted into the flock of Samson after her mother is killed by whalers. The legend says Moby Dick will one day save them from whalers and other man-made dangers, and so the little brave Samson sets off on a thrilling and action-packed odyssey. I know what they're fucking trying to drag up there, to find his great idol, who is said to live in a city at the bottom of the sea. Crazy, weird concept for a movie that sounds pretty damn cool, actually. And yeah, this was a Nordisk film. Sveriges Television and Nordisk Film, all rights reserved. So yeah, it looks kind of interesting, and like I said, not available in any of the formats, so why the hell not pick it up for 50 cents? And it's a Parents' Choice Award winner. Next up, I saw a documentary here that surprisingly is not on DVD. I looked it up. It's not on DVD. We have Finding Lucy. This is a documentary all about Lucille Ball. It is a 90-minute documentary that was actually produced by PBS in the early 2000s. And although it was produced in the early 2000s, it never got a DVD release and has never been put on any other release since, at least to my knowledge. So, yeah, I mean, a documentary about Lucille Ball that's never been released on any other format? Why the hell not pick that up for 50 cents, man? And it's got clips from I Love Lucy, witness the radio show that sparked TV's best loved series, see rare home movies, watch interviews with Lucy's friends and colleagues, and much more. And from what I saw from people saying that, like, when I was looking up to see if it was actually on DVD, there were a lot of people saying it needs to be brought to DVD because it's a really good documentary. So, yeah, why not take a chance on that? I'm sure this will actually be pretty damn cool. Then the last one that I found at Goodwill for 50 cents was an Aborigine film, if you can believe it. Never heard of it myself, but the minute I saw it, I was like, this is something special. This is something rare that you do not see every day. It is called The Fringe Dwellers. I didn't know anything about this movie. I looked it up and saw that, to my knowledge, it's not available on DVD anywhere. I guess if it is available on DVD anywhere, it'd probably be in Australia because it's a film about Aboriginal people. So we've got Trilby Comaway shares the dreams of most teenage girls. Travel, romance, high living. Paradise is no further than the nearest big city, since for her high living means a house with running water. Trilby's people, the Australian Aborigines, are the Fringe Dwellers, people whose tribal roots are disintegrating, while at the same time white society refuses them welcome. With warmth and drama that recalls The Color of Purple, this film explores the clash of cultures and generations as Trilby, headstrong, passionate, even reckless, propels her family out of its complacent acceptance of the status quo into the unknown future that lies ahead. So that sounded interesting to me because I actually took a class on First Nations cinema. And one of the things we focused on in that class, aside from First Nations cinema, was just cinema that was related to native peoples. So we watched stuff like The Whale Rider, right? The Whale Rider is such a fucking great movie, and it's about the native people from New Zealand, essentially. Thank you, brain. But yeah, such a great culture there, such an interesting culture there. And I love these kind of movies because they show you a side of society and a side of humanity that few people in the Western world are ever introduced to. And it's always nice to get a little fucking culture, alright? It really is. So, yeah, I love seeing movies like this, and apparently it's not available on any other format, so 50 cents to save this one. I'm sure someone out there might actually appreciate me trying to save this one. So, yeah, why the hell not? Then, I popped on over to Value Village, and I found a couple titles there as well that were not available, from what I could tell, on DVD in any format. The first one that struck me, I usually when I look through the clamshell cases that are on the shelves, it's all the same Disney stuff that has already been re-released on DVD and Blu-ray a million fucking times. But this time I found something immediately stood out to me. It's like, that's different. So I look it up and I discover this has not been released on any other format. Probably for good reason, but what the hell, I'll save it anyways. It's called, if I can get the name here right, Mystic Knights of Tirnanog. The Mystic Knights of Tirnanog. This is a Fox Kids Super Sentai Bandai show from the late 90s, I believe. Yeah, 1999. What did I say? Was it Saban? Saban. I'm sorry if I called it something else, but yeah, Saban. Yeah, it just looks like a really cheesy as hell Sentai flick. Americanized Sentai flick. So I'm sure it's not very good, but maybe somebody out there who likes the Power Rangers and stuff like that might be interested in me saving this. Who fucking knows if somebody's actually going to want to see this again. But to see something that's not available on any other format sitting on the store shelves rotting away, I'm not just going to leave it there, man. I'm not. And it's in a clamshell case. So, pretty nice. Pretty cool. And the cover, although it's just cheesed up to hell and back, it looks interesting nonetheless. Next up, I found a movie that immediately again was like, wait a minute, I've never heard of this, but maybe it's something that I just didn't know about. So I looked it up, couldn't even find this on Amazon. Had to look on eBay, and there were no DVD copies of this on eBay. Immediate red flag. If there are no DVD copies of something on eBay, it's probably either not on DVD or was so not printed in very high numbers on DVD that nobody has it or nobody's selling it on DVD. But it was available on VHS. At least there was a couple offers for it on VHS, and the VHS copy was going for between 10 and 15 bucks, which told me, yeah, this is something that's not normal, not average. So went ahead and decided to pick up Montana here. In Big Sky Country, you've got to keep what's yours. This is apparently a HBO and Turner Home Entertainment, Turner Pictures movie. Where did I see that it was HBO? I can't remember where I saw HBO, but I did see HBO on here. But whatever the case, I do enjoy me some westerns, and this could actually end up being pretty damn good for all I know. Well, maybe it was up here that I saw HBO, right? Okay. Turner Pictures presents an HBO production. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I looked up this movie. I couldn't find out much information about it. So definitely one of those movies that's not really well known. Not really something that has been released on many formats. So yeah, if I can find a movie like that it's just been pretty much lost to time, then yeah, why not try and save it, or at least check it out to see if it's worth saving, you know? And This actually stars, oh, I can't remember what her name is. Leigh Thompson. Leigh Thompson from Back to the Future. She played Marty's mother in Back to the Future, you ever recall? So, yeah, so a pretty decent actor, or actress, I should say, and it looks like this has the potential to actually be fairly decent, so who knows? I'll let you know what happens from that, but either way, I decided to go ahead and pick that up. Well, by the way, the ones from Value Village were also $1, and they weren't half off, so I just paid the $1. Next up, this one, I was, again, another case where I could not find this on Amazon. It was not even listed on Amazon. I did find it on eBay. Could not find any listings for it on eBay on DVD, but the one listing I did find for it on eBay on VHS was $55 or something like that. So that immediately was like my sign. Even if it is available on some other format, this is clearly a rare title and a sought-after title. Probably something I should think about getting, and that is The Glass Slipper. This is a different take. It looks like a musical, I think, version of Cinderella, but even on the back they kind of tell you it's not your average version of Cinderella. Although based on the famous children's story, this is a different and amusing Cinderella. Leslie Caron's cinder-smugged waif is a defensive and spirited girl badly in need of a friend. Her fairy godmother, Mrs. Tokay, is a loony old lady with offbeat advice and light fingers that stole the ball gown. And the prince is a worldly gentleman educated in the best universities, cafes, and boudoirs of Europe. That immediately to me sounds pretty damn interesting. And for something that's apparently worth a lot of money, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. So, in total, I decided to pick up 7 freaking VHS movies over the past few days, just going to Goodwill and Value Village here. These are from Value Village, and these, of course, were from Goodwill. These were 50 cents each. So yeah, I found some pretty interesting VHS titles, not available on DVD to my knowledge, or if they are, very rare, hard to find. So yeah, whatever the case may be, pretty cool pickups here. Pretty happy with the finds that I made here in the past few days. And to know that I paid $2 for all of these and $3 for these, that's $5 total for all of this. So not bad considering that they're all apparently out of print and not available on any of the formats. So yeah, that will do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.